Hey everybody, you join me in the glorious sunshine, and I'm just going for a little ride for absolutely no reason other than that I can finally. My plans for the next couple of days kind of changed a little bit because I had some phone calls and some emails this morning that have changed the next couple of days' plans, but to the far better, so good videos coming up soon. Well, I think there will be anyway. So today I was like, well, let's just go for a little ride then. But I also want to talk about, because of obviously all the conversations, the emails and stuff I've been having recently, trying to get hold of, bikes for reviews and talking to companies and stuff. The motorcycle industry in the UK currently is mental. Not just because of COVID, like, the restrictions and people coming back out of restrictions. It would seem that from the bottom up, instructors, everyone is not only dealing with the backlog, but also dealing with an awful lot more people who all of a sudden have decided, do you know what, I want to get a bike. And I was trying to think, why is that? Why are people all of a sudden going, that's it, I'm going to get a bike? And I think I know why. I mean, it's not too complicated, is it? Well, one of them is people have had a lack of freedom because of COVID lockdowns, and motorcycles, to many people, represent freedom. The choice to go and do what you want, explore on your own. But of course, one of the things about motorcycling that puts people off is the risk. Oh yes, but it's just so dangerous. But I honestly think people have maybe realised, like, sure, you can not ride a bike, and you can you can be as safe as you like, and then on your 55th birthday, you'll cross the road and a bus hits you. You haven't lived any longer than anyone else, And I'm wondering whether, because of the the risks of mortality that people had to come to terms with because of COVID, or even if the risk isn't that actually high for your age necessarily, etc. There's still that thought of it. Like, could I be one of those random ones that, for some reason, just it absolutely takes them out? Oh my god! That's lethal, that patch of gravel. Okay, now I'm not so sure. A little lamb on the other side of a fence. Can I see him through the bush? No, it's too thick a bit. What is going to be interesting to see, though, is of all these new people getting into biking, what's the age range? Because as I talked about, probably 3 years ago now, the motorcycle industry is in a bit of an age crisis because so many people are so old. There is far more people in their 30s, 40s and 50s sort of thing doing CBTs than there are 17-year-olds, or there were. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's going to get exacerbated more because if you're of an older age, you might be a bit more financially stable. Than if you're younger and COVID may have not hit you as hard, and you might be looking to treat yourself after a year of not really doing anything or going on holiday or anything like that. I don't know how the other half lives this here. But that is something I would like to see. More young people into biking, in a more responsible way, and not looking at it as if it's like some gangland culture. It does make me laugh a little bit. I mean, in some places, yeah, sure, it definitely... Way easy now, chap. Did you see that? I don't know what it was about that. Freaked me out. As I've said in the past, more bikers is better for all, in my opinion. In all directions, for the biking industry it's good because there's more people. For bikers, it's better because we have a bigger industry then, we get more choice and better prices on things. The UK market becomes a little bit more powerful than the weedy little shrimp that it currently is. I'm sorry, you might feel like, oh, the British motorcycle market is something special. They make the bikes for everywhere else and we just get whatever we get, and that's why we get bikes that make no sense for our rules. You know, people are like, why would they create this bike? That makes no sense. Because they didn't create it for us. That is why. Of course, if you're watching this and you're thinking, yes, I'm one of those people that has decided I'm going to get a bike, but I don't know anything about it, well, I have a playlist for you on my channel called Motorcycle Tips for New Riders. It covers everything from licenses to getting bikes and learning to ride and everything in between. Trust me, it's pretty much everything's answered there. There's like 60 something videos in that playlist now. You only need to watch 5 or 6 to get the basics of everything you'll need to know to get going. Line. Another interesting side will be that if we have had a lot of people join the into the sort of the motorcycle realms, maybe we're going to see a little influx of new vloggers, maybe motorcycle vloggers. I mean, it could happen. I mean, I've been here since the beginning. This is something a lot of people know and a lot of people don't know. I've been doing this pretty much since there was only a couple of vloggers in the country. I'm one of the very first. I'm one of the true OGs. And man, has motovlogging changed in those times. I mean, even motorcycling feels like it's changed to a point. Rule changes, you know, new types of bikes, new types of problems. Got a complete revolution in cameras. What you can do now, I mean, look, I've got this camera on the front of me, it's 360, looks everywhere, I can choose the view. And I'm just like, nah, give me one view out of it, like a normal camera. Now, I know a couple of motorcycle instructors myself, and I have spoken to them, but I'd like to know if there's a few more instructors out there, or, you know, people who've done a CBT recently. You know, how old are you, and how old are the people that were there? Are you seeing a lot of young people? What's the average age of the person getting on 2 wheels now? Is it getting better? Is it getting younger? I'm not saying there's anything wrong with older people getting onto bikes, I'm not, it's absolutely fine. But it would be nice if it was a more sort of equally aged, what do you call it, industry, you know, that takes people through from younger bikes to being older and getting bigger bikes. So I'm going to pull out of here. Oh! Jesus Christ, can you even see that indicator? Big bump. Was that a coconut? I could have sworn that was a coconut. I'm not going to question it. Not in 2021. Why wouldn't there be coconuts on the road? What's going on here? It's like is it a burnout? Is it a skid? It just keeps going and going and going. I'm guessing it's a big truck trying to brake for some reason, or maybe one wheel started braking on its own. Okay, that's the moment of truth. Sorry, a bit of a jump there. Before the build, it was going around that corner that was like, oh god, this bike does not feel right at all. That felt great. That felt absolutely fine. Tyres might need a little bit of air in them, but that's about it. Well, there we go, I'm back in my homeland. Can you get on the other side of the road, maybe? Jesus! As you can tell, I'm back in my own lands. It is a little chillier down here than it is further off the island, which is interesting, but I suppose because we're closer to the sea. If you've got any input on the subjects of this video, please comment below. If you enjoyed it, smack that like button and subscribe if you're new here. Huge thanks to my patrons as always, and I will catch you in the next one. Yes, I didn't end it at Tesco's.